Hello there, everyone. This is Dalton coming at you with another video today. Today it is my video of goblins, orcs, and mites. Oh my. Anyway, the Asimir here is just simply it's one of those old Asimir minis that I'm just using for scaling, so a humanoid. So here we are. If you're looking for some creatures to go on your board for those encounters in the deep dark or any dungeons or anything like that, you have these little critters right here. These are called mites, as you can see. They're a nice little enemy that can actually be, you could use also as goblins, I guess, if you really had to. If you didn't have enough goblins, these four could work. And I mean, as you can see, you got these nice sculpt of spider-based minis, these spider riders, which are kind of intriguing that mites learn to ride giant spiders, which even the giant spiders themselves are really nice. And these are pathfinders, so they're technically a little different here than this older WizKids Asimir mini. But so far I know only that Pathfinder has made mites, so I don't know if D&D line of miniatures has them, or Reaper, but that's where I got these bad boys from. So as you can see, yeah, really nice sculpt. Let's bring up the camera a little bit closer so you can see this. As you can see, very nice sculpt. This little guy's all grungy looking, which they are pretty grungy. They like to capture humanoids, beat them up. You want to split the party simply and not kill that person, because these guys don't kill because they know that killing can get them discovered, and if they're discovered, they get the crap killed out of them usually, or they're put into slavery, and they don't like that. As you can see, they're pretty nice looking miniatures, and if you put them next to a normal sized human, they're obviously not as tall as the minis are. The minis have to, give them some bit of size. They're actually, in lore purpose, they're only like a foot tall, so they're pretty short to even like an Asimir, so they wouldn't even be that tall in an Asimir, but minis are minis, but they're really nice. And like I said, being that large, they can be goblins if you have to. So moving on to the next ones, we have a cluster of the goblins. These are all the small goblins I happen to have. So these are just true goblins. These are, the little tiny goblins, which will throw him down here for sizing. As you can see, shorter than the human, but And this one here is actually a Pathfinder goblin, which I didn't have many of them before. This is the pretty goblin. With the little watermelon head, I guess. To them, that's a pretty looking boy or girl. I don't know which. I don't understand that. But, always thought it'd be cool to have one of those for referencing. But yeah, you got a bunch of goblins here. These are some of the, Tomb of Annihilation goblins. Got a couple of them. I got one here from Tyranny of Dragons. As you can see here, Tyranny of Dragons Fighter. This is the actually surprising little turnaround guy, Neilbolg, who absorbs physical attacks for health and actually is hurt only by magic. This is the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica's mob boss. So if you wanted a goblin mob boss, he could work. You can surprise it shorter. This is a goblin from Monster Menagerie, so it's just like a goblin fighter. Just says goblin on him, though. This nice little skull helmet we see here. And his little war axe there. Really nice mini. So goblins, always useful in a dungeon. Moving on. There. We have the other types of goblinoids. So these are the older class of minis. So these are the old Bandai ones. The indestructible little strong ones that are nice and really solid in their sculpt and really good looking. This, up close, is the Decanter Goblin, which I like to just call them Rhino Goblins for short, because as you can see, they have that nice rhino horn on them and those feet that are three-toed, ready to really mess you up with a nice charge attack, since they do have a charging attack and piercing damage from that horn. This one right here, though, is the only one of these old schools that are actually small in their base. This is the Norker, which I like his sculpt too, as you can see, nice aggressive looking. These guys do not play around. They're not much into talking, so you'll probably have a disadvantage on trying to talk your way out of them beating you up. And then we have the Asimir here, of course, is just for size scaling, which, they look pretty big and imposing, since these guys are true medium goblins, and that's a small, but a very big small. And now we're going to move on from them. And now we hit the bugbears. These are all my bugbears I happen to have. So I don't have a ton of bugbears, but I have a pretty good amount here. These three right over here, which that's what I'm putting my hands here for. These are actually from the board game of Elemental Evils. They are an older sculpt of the bugbear. So these are all painted by me. Gave them that yellow skin, very simple paint jobs to them just to get them done. I always keep their bases in the bottom untouched so that way they came from the board game. But other than that, nice quick sculpting there, nice weaponry. I gave each of them a different color, so they're a little bit different on the board, since that's the advantage of these board game ones. You can give them a little bit of different looks, so that way you can tell them apart. And then there's like the comically one where I did the little boop. That's just for my party, because they like to do stupid stuff like that. And over here we actually have others. Like we have this armored bugbear, this is a Pathfinder mini. His face, I'm not going to get him super close to the camera because his face is ugly. I'm tempted to redo his face, but from a distance it's fine enough. But I like his armor there with little cleavers of. He'd probably be like, a bugbear leader or higher up. This is the Reaper Bugbear, which he would just be the leader, said, because of this great size he has. I mean, comparing him to, like, say, the board games version of a bugbear, the skinnier version, he's definitely bigger. Definitely earned the muchacho status of being a big dog here, which I like that a lot with him. Really nice, and I love, and I did paint him myself. He is a Reaper Bones mini. I gave him a simple job, but, in the end, I think they're pretty good. And then we have these two, which are the true exact Wizards of the Coast minis, which, surprisingly, my only two bugbears from Wizards of the Coast are actually the females. Because, yes, these are female bugbear model sculpts. I know some people have fought me on this when my buddies have fought me on this going, they are not. And I go, yeah, dude, they are. They are female bugbear sculpts. And not bad ones. They're pretty good. I don't know why everyone rips on this one with the hood here, because to me, she actually looks way more aggressive. Because all you see are her sharp teeth sticking out. She's got that black hood to hide her face. She's got golden armor accents instead of silver. They do have that lining of a female figure, which is good. But I mean, then hairy outside like a bugbear is. And she's got this giant axe. I love the giant axe she's holding. Really cool there. She'd be nice for like maybe a headsman of the bugbears. Like maybe she's the executioner that comes to put you out of their misery when they count you. But anyway, moving on, we're going to get to the last of my goblins. And that is going to be my quartet of hobgoblins. Now, these 3 hobgoblins came from that same board game as the 3 bugbears there, my elemental evils. With each of them, I just gave them really simple jobs. One has blue skin with blonde hair, green with some gray hair going. And then we have a hobgoblin with red skin and black hair like the book shows. But then we have this one that is legit from the book. He has the most armor on him, which him I'll bring close because his paint job is a little bit better than mine and the other ones because he just has more armor to paint like that, which, this is an actual WizKids mini, so pre-painted WizKids. Really good. I mean, his sword's a little bendy. I've tried fixing it, but it just goes back, so I'm just like, heck with it. He can have a little curved sword, almost like a scimitar going. Not my problem. But yeah, really nice in the face. I haven't done that with the other ones just because, they don't have really easy to get to eyes in their sculpt style, but, he'd be probably their boss, and those 3 would be his under-serving commanders. I mean, I can bring one of them close for you. So you're talking about really quick jobs there. I just simply did simple armor because there's not I didn't need a lot of work on them. They were just going to be hobgoblins for a large group that you could come across. And they're hobgoblins, they're just the leaders. They're the ones that tell everyone what to do of the goblin wise. But then moving on, we now come to the regular army of orcs. So these are all my orcs minis. All the orcs I have. These 4 over here are just some simple monster menagerie armored orcs. I have 4 of those. This is from Tomb of Annihilation, so more of a savage-looking orc with this nice big knife here, some knuckle dusters. And we got more of a savage fighter orc. This is a mountain orc, probably, skins and all that with a big old axe. Then we have this cool, maybe a rogue with a big old machete and a guitar style thing here. Then we have some Reaper. This is a Reaper orc right here. This is an orc chopper. With him, I just felt doing the green skin with him was nice. Really simple here. That's a WizKids base, though. So I based it on a WizKids base, not the end of the world. So there are other orcs, though, that come in different areas, and they are, as you can see, roughly estimatable to the D&D size. These are actually a Reaper from a special mold called the Ragged Tooth Tribe, I believe. They are metal, very heavy, but I got them done pretty good. This is a blue skin variant one here. And then I also made this gray one, which he's got gray skin with a more of a lighter shield. So maybe he'd be they'd be a good set of guards, though, at an entrance. Over here we have Savage, the hunter. Basically, these orcs I have 3 of those. They're like an archer orc, so, they'd be good for that. Or maybe you want them to be a group of half-human orcs coming. They're pretty nice in the paint job, though, so they could be PCs as well. If you want to be PCs and someone wants to be an orc or a half-orc, and that could be useful. This is definitely the Pathfinder's orc, which they consider their orcs to be green, which I have no issue with that. Looks good. I mean, he matches my chop pretty well. Nice paint job and grungy look to him, so he looks really good with that bow there. So he is a good orc archer. And then we have this orc here who's just a soldier. But to me, I feel like he'd be a leader because he's got those big piercing yellow eyes, that weird headband. And then he's got what looks to be a king's cloak on the back. As if he killed a king and took it. And he's pretty well armored, so he's got a nice set of leather armor here, as you can see. So he's pretty good looking. And as you can see next to an Asimir up there, they are just in the right size, man. And now we're going to move on to one of the last 2 categories in the minis. And we hit the Orogs. And these are my Orog minis. I only do have 2 of them. This one is the older Bandai Orog from that company back when they used to work with them. The older WizKids ones. And they're really, it's not bad looking, as you can see. It's a little different. I grabbed him because he was supposed to be a hard-to-get rare mini, I think. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, I could use it, see what the Orog of old looks like. I thought he'd be a little bit taller. I wasn't expecting to just be some psycho crazy skinny Orog. I mean, when you throw it next to this big bad boy right here, he's definitely outclassed. That's why I love this Tyranny of Dragons Orog I happened to have got when I did a brick, and it was totally worth it. Like, he's just so big and imposing. The biggest thing you PC probably could be if you want to be an Orog. But really cool. Really cool. There, as you can see, he'd probably be the leader Orog. The other Orog would be like his younger brother, who's just more psycho. And then we get to the last of this, the big coup de grace of my collection of Orcs and that stuff, the Etten. Now, this is a board game Etten. It is from the Elements of Evil board game, just like the other ones, which, why did I just put him on top of Rock? It's hard to get all his weapon in there. Yeah, Rock, yeah. Okay, yeah, we have this nice giant guy. Let's compare him to an Orog now, quick. As you can see, he's very big. He is very huge. He's a large class, but, you know. And yes, my Etten may not be like the other Ettins from the game where they're all white. But as you can see, though, he's got that nice dark, grungy paint job. I got his fangs just right. I gave him gray hairs and that. Gave him a very tan skin because with him being maybe a little bit older of an Etten, he's been around for some years. So maybe his skin's got a little bit more tanning. You know, and the blue bottom just like keep like the nice shiny Etnet there. Yeah, he's been painted by me. I did his paint job myself. It was kind of quick, but at the same time, I did make sure I did some good paint stroking to make sure it gave him that nice sort of slimy skin look here. And he's pretty much the boss of all the Orcs. They would all listen to him. And yeah, that's all the collection. So, I mean, you know, they're out there, guys. If you need some good Orcs and stuff like that, go to Reaper, go to Pathfinders minis, go to D&D. They've all got them. They're pretty good looking, as you can see here. If you want to get the unpainted, that's another route to go. I haven't done any unpainted Orcs, which I guess maybe my board game would count. But anyway, that's all I got here today, guys. But anyway, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at 01Berserker. If you want to, you know, hit like and subscribe down there at the bottom of the video, definitely like. If you want to leave a comment at the bottom for anything you might think that you want me to do next, or if you have any ideas or any questions. And also, please do check out our podcast, guys. I am a member of the Dice and Dummies podcast. You can find us on iTunes and other places where you can see D&D podcasts. We are 5th edition. And on that show, I play the mighty and great Bardus. And that is a saber-tooth Tabaxi man. So that's all I got for you today, guys. Anyway, enjoy and stay tuned for my next video. Bye-bye.